So for those of you in here who are completely new to me, I am a choice consciousness teacher. Okay. So my guides talk about choice consciousness, that there are no right or wrong, that there's infinite possibilities and opportunities always available to us. And they're really helping me to anchor into that energy and present all my teachings through that lens. The year of seeing clearly. And it's not that we will instantly see clearly. It's not like something magical happens, but it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for us to see clearly. So what does it mean to see clearly? Because when we see clearly, we are seeing with our whole self. We are not aligning to the victim consciousness within us. We're not aligning to the wounds that are within us. We're not seeing through the lens of our trauma, of our fears. But we're also not just seeing through the lens of our higher self and what we know is available to us, right? It is about seeing with the whole self. This is about allowing all of the densities in the lower parts of your consciousness to be rised up into your heart space, to be neutralized in the energy of grace. And when it's neutralized, you actually open up the space for the light to come all the way down. And that light is your higher self. It is your I am presence. And I'm going to take you through these steps to show you. And I did it, I gave a small tidbit, a glimpse to the people that were in one of my other experiences. And I gave them just a synopsis, a short synopsis of what this is going to be about. And it blew all of their minds. So I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. Because here's what happened to me, okay? And everything I teach is because I went through this trial and error. I learned the hard way. And I had to move myself through it with my team. Nothing to me was just downloaded and said, here you go, right? It's not how I operate. I cannot share it with you until I've personally been through it. So this is my personal experience in addition to how I've transitioned it into a teaching. So last year was the year that I decided I was going to face every single part of me, because I had this huge, huge vision, and I started out the gate. I aligned with that vision. I uprooted, changed everything and all the people I was working with, right? I stopped co-creating. I went back to my original design. I went back to who I am. I realigned with my purpose. I realigned with my values, and I said, this is what I want to create. And I, boom, ran out the gate trying to create it. And it flopped. It flopped hardcore. And here's why. I was really pissed when it happened too, because I said, this is what you wanted me to do. This is what I felt called to do. This is what my soul was craving that I do. And it's not that it was wrong. It was that I wasn't taking all the parts and pieces of me with me on this journey. I was aligning with my higher self. And I was saying, this is who I am now. Forget about that old person. Forget about that girl. But here's the thing, you cannot outrun your problems. You cannot outrun your patterns, your fears, your limiting beliefs. You cannot outrun them. And if you have not brought what is unconscious, conscious, then those unconscious aspects of you will speak 10 times louder to the universe. Because here I was creating all of these things, putting risks out there, dropping money right and left, saying, I'm doing it. I'm going all in. I was gung-ho, guys. I'm like, we're going on tour. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it was all amazing, right? And cognitively, I knew I was worthy of this. And I was worthy of people buying the tickets and coming to see me. Anybody who's worked with me knows that I give tremendously in everything I do. And I could feel it. I felt the energy, but something was still off. And these terrible things started manifesting in my life. And I was so frustrated. I was so defeated. And I was just so tired. I was so tired, you guys. I was like, nope, I just wanted to quit. It made no sense to me. And this is exactly what needed to happen for me to have this learning, to go through this. So I went through it. I learned a lot about myself. I faced a lot of ick, and really transitioned through it. And then I created the soul flow experience, right? And so I'm going to share a little bit more about that in a little while, but I want to come back to 2020 for a minute because I know exactly why this had to happen. 2020 is a year of karmic return. Okay. So this means that everything you do from this moment on, right? Really, it started with the solstice, to be honest with you. But everything that you do, say, every action you take, every word you speak, every thought you attach to is planting a seed or a weed. That's what's happening. This is the energy, and it will really accelerate come June, right? So in the beginning of the year, this is really us like getting our shit together, okay? It's starting to put into action what we've learned thus far. It's starting to take responsibility and really feel our worth and allow ourselves to create that reality, right? To believe without seeing it. To believe. And this is why I say we are being offered the opportunity to become a conscious creator, because the reality is, and you know, I say this a lot, but we are always manifesting. So the key to all human suffering is the inability to accept responsibility, as we were just saying, for our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. In fact, attachment is shown to us when we allow our thoughts and emotions to take on a life of their own. When I was talking about, remember that identity, like it has its own, we consider it a dark entity. Oh, I feel like I have an attachment. Your emotions, you've given so much emotion to a thought, so much attachment to a thought. Attachment is your emotion that is literally taken on a life of its own, and now it's hanging on you. It's attached to you. It's dragging you down. It's holding you back. It's feeding you the lack, limitation, and separation. I've seen it show up so much in somebody's programming that they have felt like they had lead in their feet, or another one, stakes in their feet. I've done DNA activations where I've seen chains around people. Isn't that crazy? It blows my mind when I do these types of healings or sessions with people, because I see that they have attached to this program so much, even on an unconscious level, that it has manifested as a disease or illness in their body and kept them stuck in their current reality where they're not happy. In order to be the conscious creator and see with your whole self, what I am asking you to do is to redefine yourself, is to face your shit and to take action. To take action. How many of you know what you need to do or should do, but don't do it out of fear of uncertainty? Uncertainty, unknown, is the killer, especially when you are in your emotional awakening. Because if you haven't dived in fully into that emotional work, uncertainty and the unknown is really going to get you. Because you're already playing in that programming. You're already running that program. That you need to see. If you need to see physically something before you to believe it, you are 100% in ego. Because ego needs to have a tangible thing. Period. And when you step into uncertainty, you're stepping into that unknown, and you're saying, I believe. Because I believe, and I'm aligning in my values. I believe in what I'm doing. I believe in who I am. I'm putting all of my heart into it. I'm not doubting myself. Yay me, I surrender. And I sit, I surrender, I sit, I trust that the universe is going to meet me halfway, and they're going to start bringing me opportunities and possibilities. And I'm going to get to choose which one aligns with me. And I'm going to take that next step. And I'm going to keep going after that, and keep going and keep going and keep knowing that I know it builds. And then all of a sudden you've got this beautiful structure and the dam releases. You ever see someone online all of a sudden go from 0 to 60, they blow up overnight? They kept taking those right actions and the dam opened. And their structure was built. If the dam opens and your structure isn't built, it goes all over the place. So if you don't know who you are with nothing, you will not know who you are with everything. Why do you think people win the lottery and go broke the next day or a year later? Why do you think celebrities end up getting caught up in drugs and bankruptcy? Because they didn't know who they were without all those things. You got to know who you are. This isn't about anybody else. You want to activate your gifts. You want to see, you want to hear, you want to feel, you want to come into that role as a leader in whatever capacity you choose, whether it's your family or a business or your place of employment. If you want to step into that empowered, badass space, you got to know who you are at a soul level in your bones, and you will not compromise that. You will step where there is nothing, and you will wait for that floor to appear. But there are things that make up that structure. And that's what the matrix of conscious creation is about. It's about understanding the program of conscious creation. What makes a conscious creator? What are all the things that I need to do? And the tools, you guys, are freaking super simple. They're super simple. I'm going to be showing you the frequencies and how to use those frequencies to stop trauma in its tracks. As it's happening. As it's happening. How to diffuse. If you're in a relationship with a narcissist, if you're in a relationship with somebody who's an asshole or controlling, you're going to learn the frequencies to stop it in its tracks, to diffuse them. You're going to learn how to be in that observer role where you are understanding what program they are running. Because when you understand the program they are running, you don't take their shit personally. It's no longer an attack on you. You understand where they are on their journey. You understand. This is where they are. And it's not my job to change it, to fix them. Especially if they haven't asked. You learn how to read your body and read your inner child. You learn how to hack your ego. The soul flow experience is now the matrix of conscious creation because we are integrating the old programming and we are installing the conscious creator programming. The one that says there are infinite possibilities and opportunities, even when you don't know what they are. The one who knows that they are the creator. The one that knows they don't have to fix another. The one who knows their boundaries, their values. You don't have to know what you're going to do in this life. You don't have to know what your future is, what you're going to do next, but you have to start with building the structure of who you want to be. And the opportunities are endless. So if you feel called to be a part of the matrix of conscious creation, there is no landing page unless you reach out to me. I'm not posting a landing page. I'm not going to do that. I'm done with that. I want action takers. I want you to reach out to me and I will give you a link and we will have a conversation to see if this is a right fit for you.